You are born in the royal wing of King Faisal Special Hospital in Riyadh. The entire floor has been cleared of other patients. The physician who delivers you was flown in from London, and he has signed paperwork that means he cannot discuss this day with anyone for the rest of his life. Your first cry echoes in a room that no one outside this family will ever enter. Your grandfather is the king, and your great-great-grandfather rode into this desert on a horse in 1932 to declare a kingdom. The throne has moved through 3 generations to arrive at your father, and when it moves again, it will move to you. You are handed to a nanny. You will have 4 of them working in shifts so that you are never left unattended for a single hour of your early childhood. Your home is a palace inside a secure district of Riyadh, containing a private cinema, 3 swimming pools, a staff of 200, and a garage for 40 vehicles. You have a tutor for Arabic, a tutor for English, and a tutor for mathematics. A religious scholar comes every morning at 7 a.m. for Quran recitation. You are expected to have memorized significant portions of it by age 9. This environment is not a traditional upbringing. It is a highly controlled manufacturing process designed from your first breath to turn a child into a political instrument. Your father is almost never home. When he does arrive, the atmosphere of the house changes. Security doubles, advisors appear in the hallways, and men with earpieces stand outside every door. You learn to read his arrival by the sudden shift in the room's energy. You are 6 years old the first time you appear in public beside him. It is a formal ceremony in Riyadh. You are dressed in white with sharp creases, and once you take your place on the stage, a photographer's lens finds you and does not leave you for 2 hours. The photograph appears in 3 national newspapers the next morning. You have not yet learned to read, but your nanny shows you the picture. The caption under your face identifies you as the son of the crown prince. At this moment, your existence becomes public information. The privacy of childhood ends, and you transition into a piece of geopolitical data. You are 11 years old in November 2017 when your father orders the arrests. 200 princes, ministers, and businessmen are detained at the Ritz-Carlton Hotel in Riyadh. Cousins you have met at family gatherings suddenly disappear. Nobody explains this directly, but you watch the adults. Uncles who sat at the center are gone. The internal hierarchy rearranges overnight. When it finishes, your father is at the center of everything. He didn't share power, he took it. You are sent to study abroad in your mid-teens. This is not about Western values. Your father understands the next king must sit across from any leader in the world and hold the room through sheer presence. You call home every week. The conversations are short and structured. He asks about your studies, your schedule, and your observations about the people around you. He is gathering data, treating the call as a briefing. You realize that survival in this system requires mirroring his preparation. You study harder than anyone expects, outworking everyone in the room until, like him, the room becomes yours. There is a question you have rehearsed in your head since you were 12, but you never ask it. You want to know what it actually costs him personally. If at the end of an ordinary day, there is anything left over that is just his, or if the man has disappeared into the role. At 19, you think about what you would have chosen if choosing were possible. Architecture, perhaps, or engineering. Your mind is built for solving physical problems, using materials that follow fixed, reliable laws. This architectural mindset, building something permanent and physical, is the opposite of the malleable, high-stakes nature of political rule. But there is no version of your life where you become an architect. There is no version where you disappear into a quiet, technical career that is genuinely your own. You have inherited the top of the social hierarchy, yet you lack the basic human freedom to choose your own direction. You have never been allowed to not want the throne long enough to find out if you do. When you were 17, you found your father standing alone on a palace terrace at midnight. Riyadh glitters below him, a city being remade in real time, according to his specific vision. Watching him, you see a man who bet everything on a single direction. At this scale of power, he has no one to answer to, but he is entirely alone with the weight of the city he built. This branding represents Vision 2030, the total restructuring of the Saudi state. At 20, you move from being an observer to a participant, sitting in briefings where ministers now present their data directly to you. You sit in rooms where decisions affect 35 million people. You have learned to hold that responsibility without flinching, maintaining a steadiness that looks like calm, but is actually the result of years of disciplined effort. Your father watches you from the edge of his attention. He is measuring the gap between what you are and what he needs you to become, assessing your utility to the kingdom. The throne does not wait for you to be ready. It only waits for you to stop asking whether you are. It requires the total erasure of your individual identity until you finally stop wondering who else you might have been.